So, hi everybody. This afternoon we're very fortunate to have with us Leah Maclean from Oxford Farm Fit. And Leah's got a brilliant new fitness concept. Leah, would you like to just tell us a little bit about your concept?
Sure. So Oxford Farm Fit, we are based on Collins Farm, where we are now, which is in Frilford in Oxfordshire, and I run sort of a full timetable of weekly classes. It's mainly sort of circuit based, but I also do focus on running training and strength training. And really the whole concept came from the fact that I got really sick and tired of exercising in a gym, which I found pretty unstimulating and boring and a bit sort of a sterile environment, and also quite intimidating. I mean, I'm a fitness instructor and a personal trainer, and I walk into a gym and feel bad about myself and about my abilities and stuff, because you know you're surrounded by people who they're not judging you, but you always do kind of feel on show. Maybe that's my own insecurities, but it's just something that I got a little bit tired of. So I live on this farm, I'm very lucky to do so, and I would use it as my training ground really. Run around the farm, which is great because the ground's quite uneven. It's really good for sort of core balance and stability as you go. It's really good for, you know, strengthening your lower body muscles and things. Plus it's just beautiful as well. It's so lovely running around these fields no matter what the weather. And I've got my dog Jeffrey, who's down on the floor.
Hi Jeffrey. Say hello Jeffrey.
And he can come with me. You love running around the farm. And then because I was doing the running, I sort of wanted to supplement that with the kind of strength training I would do in the gym. So luckily my husband is a tree surgeon, and I've got a lot of wood and logs lying around the place. There's also, you know, old bits of farming equipment and tires, so I would just sort of makeshift these exercises, and I really enjoyed it and thought, well, why can't other people work out in this way as well? I really like the idea of sort of moving a bit more naturally, sort of that primal movement concept.
Amen to that.
Better way of working out. We were not made to stand in a gym and do squats with, you know, these machines, and they're not built for, you know, you can't build a machine that works for every single body. So presumably you do 3 sets of 10 repetitions on everything? 3 sets of 12? So, as Dave knows, I am not a fan of rep counting at all, and my clients will know this too. I hate the whole concept that you sort of like, right, you need to get 3 sets of 12 reps and that's your achievement for the day. It's so boring for one to stand there counting whilst you're supposed to be having a good time. And that's what working out's about, having a good time. And setting these arbitrary goals is so sort of disappointing, I think, when people stick to that kind of way of doing it. And yeah, some days you could have probably done more than 3 sets of 12. Who knows? You could have done 3 sets of 30, because you can just keep going sometimes if you don't have this sort of random goal in your head. Or, you know, if you don't want to do that day, because we're not always at our prime, we're not always peak fitness, so some days...
Really?
I am, obviously.
Obviously you
constantly,
are.
Always
You're
top
a fitness
form.
professional.
No, it's something that I just think we should enjoy the exercise we do and push ourselves as far as we can push ourselves. So to come away being like, I could not have done any more that day, rather than come away being like, oh, I did what my exercise plan said that day that some random, you know, fitness instructor made up for me. You know, I did my ultimate every time you work out, and you come away happy. And especially when you work out on days like this on this farm.
Just have a look around the farm
just
here.
So glorious.
Beautiful setting. You can see the hay ricks in the background there. Very rustic.
So rustic.
Very scenic. And you've got some tyres that you use here.
Yep.
And
got our logs.
Logs.
See, we lift things like this instead of you know, your classic barbells.
I love that idea. Yeah.
And every time I sort of try and pick up a heavier log rather than you know, knowing exactly what weight I'm doing. I don't care if it's, you know, 20k or 30k or whatever. I just care that it's heavy and it's pushing me.
And because it's not precisely balanced on each side, it's more challenging in a way, and it'll challenge your body to develop in different ways to carrying a completely symmetrical, balanced weight.
That's the thing. Like when in life, when we're out about in the world lifting things and actually using our strength, when do we ever, you know, use exactly the correct form and move in one singular motion with perfectly balanced weights? I mean, it's just not how we move.
So this is a lot more functional.
Exactly. It's functional exercise. It's primal movement, and it's fun. It's really fun to play with these kind of things.
Like I say, you've even got your own little caravan there in the background.
Yeah, this is the shepherd's hut.
Shepherd's hut.
Restored by my father-in-law, and a very handy place to keep my equipment.
It really is a beautiful location for keeping fit, and it's a beautiful sunny day this afternoon.
Yeah, we've got a good day today.
I presume you can guarantee this kind of weather anytime anybody turns up for one of your sessions.
I make sure I set the air conditioning, I set the temperature, make sure it's optimal.
And you adjust the lighting appropriately.
Adjust the lighting, make sure there's no glare.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I started FarmFit this January when weather was not at its best, but I had clients coming anyway every time, and you just, I don't know who said it, but there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. And it's true, because if you're wearing, you know, layers, you've got some waterproofs on, even if there's some drizzle. Well, sometimes we haven't had torrential rain yet, but we've had a lot of drizzle, and we've even had snow. But people turn up, and you may be freezing to start off with, and within about 5 minutes, you are hot, you're stripping off layers, you've got waterproofs on, so you're not feeling the rain, and actually you're kind of, you know, blessing the rainfall once you've done 45 minutes of sort of solid circuits with me. So it's just great being outside. I don't think I've ever come away from a workout in the gym feeling anywhere as good as after a workout that I do on the farm. I always feel so happy, so invigorated and excited about, you know, what I've done and feeling good about myself. Like, this is just a positive setting. And as a lot of studies show, being outdoors for one is fantastic for mental health. Being among nature is brilliant, and exercise is excellent for your mental health. So combine the two, and you know, it does wonders for you psychologically as well as physically. So
what sort of people turn up for your classes?
I've got a big range actually. I've got teenagers who come, I've got people in their 60s who come. And the good thing about it is that every exercise that I have people doing, you can do to your own ability. So, you know, we can either lower the weight, whether we're lifting tires, you know, there's different sizes, there's different weights in terms of the equipment, but also sort of the speeds at which you go. I've got people dragging tires and pushing old farm machinery and things like that. You know, they can do that at their own pace, or they can push themselves harder and faster the fitter they get. So every single time people are growing, and they can see themselves and their capabilities change and develop. And yeah, it's not, you know, you don't have to be super fit to any of this stuff. I've had people starting from absolute scratch or coming back to exercise after, you know, several years off. Lots of people, you know, post having children and trying to get back into exercise. We've got people, which people bring their kids as well. The kids can play. We've got this beautiful.
So it's a free crash as well.
Free crash. Yeah. I mean, there isn't anyone to watch them other than sort of us, but you know, bung them in the field over there, they'll be happy. I've got some balls they can play with. People can bring their pets. You see Jeffrey runs around. He's a bit naughty, he is a puppy, so he doesn't always get to come to FarmFit, but people have brought their dogs in the past, and yeah, it's just a place that you can do with the family, with friends, or by yourself. We are in Frilford in Oxfordshire, which is near Abingdon, and quite near Oxford. I have a website, www.farm-fit.co.uk, and we are at Oxford Farm Fit on all of the social medias, so you can find us on there. And yeah, and I offer, so as I said, all the group classes, but I also do one-to-one personal training, small group personal training as well, so you can train with a friend. And I am also a nutrition consultant. I have an MSc in nutrition, so I can give nutrition talks, whether that's nutrition for sport and fitness, or, you know, dietary guidance regarding weight loss, weight gain, intolerances, allergies, digestive issues. I've done quite a lot at the moment on sort of women's health and cooking for the menopause, things like that.
Okay, that's lovely.
That's me, and you can find it all online.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Leah.
Thank
really
you.
nice to see you again.
Thank you.